Welcome back. You're in studio with us on Park City Television. This is the Mountain Morning Show. I have Heather Sims, Director of After School Programs at YSA. We're talking about pressures on kids with sports, which we know there are a lot.
There are a lot. And sadly, you know, there's a lot of kids that drop out once they get into those tweens age. And sometimes it's to do with cost, but also it's to do with pressure.
That's crazy because when I was playing sports as a kid, I mean, yeah, we wanted to win, but it was more about health. It was more about teamwork. It was more about, you know, having fun. I feel like sports is not about having fun anymore.
And that is correct. I think if you think about it, you know, through the rec programs, when the kids are young, it's all about participation. You know, kids aren't benched for very long before they're back on and off. Mm-hmm. And as the kids get older, it becomes more about winning and the competitiveness. And so kids are starting to feel it's not so fun when they're sitting on the bench because maybe they just don't have the talent, but the parents are pushing them into it, or maybe it's a peer pressure thing. They want to play soccer, and they just realize that really they're not going to get there. They're not going to get to that level, and so kids are starting to drop out. And you know, sports in general are not designed after a certain age to become fun. It's more about competitiveness. Right. And we live in a town which is a very competitive town, but we have lots of options. And so parents also encourage their kids to specialize because there's been a lot of pressure on, hey, if you start this now, you can have a scholarship when you go to college. And we found that kids, especially boys, a lot of boys enter kindergarten at a later age than girls. And so, there is common knowledge out there that part of it is that they have a better chance because they're bigger, mm-hmm. and when they get to high school to play high school sports, and they're more likely to be spotted and go to college.
Which kind of seems insane that we're at 5 years old, we are trying to set our kids up for athletic success.
Exactly.
Right? And maybe even academic because they're older, more mature. But I mean, why not just play by the rules?
Right.
You know?
Right.
Everything is changing dramatically. Yes. And how are you seeing that in the after-school programs? So,
so with our Activate program, I mean, that was specifically designed for the teens and tweens. And what happened was, after the Get Out and Play, which kids do sports after school on their early release days, I didn't realize that in the state of Utah, there are no high school sports, or there are no after-school sports until grade 9.
Really?
So from grade 5 to grade 9, there's nothing, no competitive school sports.
So you see kids are in clubs instead?
Right, instead of, yeah. So, and when I asked one of the PE teachers about this, because it used to happen here in Park City, the reason is just cost. So, I mean, if you think about it, our middle schools, their nearest schools are Heber or Salt Lake or Vernal, you know, like, mm-hmm. so they actually have to travel quite far to compete. And so they cut that program. And so all these kids that want to just play soccer and now having to go to club sports, which really hurts some of the lower income families who can't.
Because it's expensive.
It is. I mean, you go from, you know, base and rec soccer from $70 all of a sudden to club soccer, which is $1,500. Mm-hmm. So if you've got one kid, you might be able to manage it. But if you've got 2 or 3 kids, it's just not feasible. And plus, that child that is low income may be a great soccer player, but what chance does he have now at 9th grade of making the team when all these kids have had, you know, soccer training? Yes.
Yeah.
So with our programs, what we try to do is offer 4-week intro programs, and if a kid likes it, you know, they can go on and join the club. But really, it's you know, trying to spark a little bit of a passion that maybe they haven't tried a certain sport, and we don't try to compete with the rec programs, but we add later entry sports. So we try rowing or skeleton, because we luckily enough have the facilities here, or curling. So the idea is we try something as an introduction, but no specialization. And we make it really affordable as much as we can. And we do offer scholarships for those low-income families. And there's 1,200 kids on the free and reduced lunch program in Park City,
wow,
which people don't realize.
Right.
And so those kids get a chance to try something completely different and new, and hopefully we then can help them join the club if that's what they want to do through our scholarship program.
So besides being affordable, are you guys more lax? Are you guys, just encouraging them to try something new, grow confidence in themselves?
Yeah, so with the program, what we did was we actually talked to the kids, and we got a wide variety of kids and said, look, if we could put on any type of program, what would it be? And although with the Youth Sports Alliance, what we found was kids who were on the ski team, they were like, I don't want to ski, or I don't want to do any type of sport on Fridays when I get out early. I want to do cooking, or I want to do photography or arts. And so we actually changed our whole philosophy for that age group, and it became about sports and healthy lifestyles. What could we offer that may help them through their life? So, healthy cooking, photography. I mean, everybody's got phones. All the kids have phones.
And they're better than some of our cameras.
Yes, exactly. And so we really wanted, our thing is about participation, no matter whether you can afford it or your ability. And we don't, have any only female sports or only female activities. It's about equality for everybody. And if a family can't afford it, they can apply for a scholarship through us.
Tell me more about the sign-up process and how to get a scholarship if that's something you're interested in.
Yeah, so they can just go to the YSA Park City website, and there's an option there where they can apply for a scholarship. And what we've also found is, even though there are 1,200 kids on the free and reduced lunch program, there are also families that really need financial help that don't quite qualify, so they can also apply as well. But the thing is, we just want kids to be involved and not specialize, and to really have fun, because those kids at the age of 13, they're at the age where it has to be cool.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like, is it cool to be a curler? Is it cool to be a cheerleader?
Yeah, exactly. And it's all about who's doing it. So we actually want kids to just try something and encourage their friends to do it with them. And parents like it because we do try and make it as affordable as possible. And it's not a long-term commitment. It's just 4 weeks.
Okay, so in the 4 weeks, tell me what these kids are learning.
So depending on the program, we offer about 30 programs over the over the 3 schools. We've got South Summit, Treasure Mountain, and Ecker. And they, at the moment at Treasure, they've been doing glass blowing.
What? I'm jealous. How can I sign up?
They've been doing glass blowing. They've been doing photography. They just finished biathlon. We did rowing at the Jordanelle. So there's a real variety of activities that we do. So some are fitness, some are arts. At Ecker right now, we have a cooking program with another local nonprofit, Eats. We also do the boxing, the intro to boxing over at the boxing gym, the new boxing gym in town. And then Youth Theatre are doing an acting program. And so we have all these nonprofits that really wanted to reach that particular age group. And so we see ourselves as kind of the hub. We're kind of, yes, we want to be involved with this age group. And so they come to us, and we reach out to them as well. And these kids can then get involved. And I really feel, our numbers have grown a lot over the last couple of years, and people are excited about our programs because it's a little out of the norm. It's not your soccer or your
football.
Exactly. So they get to try something completely different. Luge had their best year ever through our program, and so it's really kind of just a fun. We want to make it fun, and we want them to learn something, but we want to make it fun and keep that feeling of, I want to do this, I can't wait till Friday to do this.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I absolutely love this because I feel like this is getting back to our roots. You know how it was when me and my mom were doing sports,
Right.
It's completely changed, and beyond that, you guys are thinking completely out of the box.
Right.
out of the box. You're spreading, standards. You're not even in the standards. You're luge and glass blowing. I mean, who offers both of those in one program? I know,
and I think that's why people really do like it, and the kids really like it. I mean, and I think for the kids in town, they are having that competitive. There are a lot of kids that are on the ski teams,
right?
And this is just a different break for them to try. Okay, I am skiing 2 days a week on the weekend or whatever, but today I get to go glass blowing, or I get to cook a green curry, or
Yeah.
So it is a little out the box, but I think that's why the schools like it, parents like it, and the kids like it.
Well, I love all of the things I'm hearing from you, Heather. Thank you so much for joining us. Really, I think that everybody should get their kids involved in these types of programs and really explore themselves, and most of all, have fun.
Yes, that's it.
Continue to wanting to have fun.
Yeah, exactly. All
right, Heather Sims from YSA, thank you so much for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
We'll be back with more on the Mountain Morning Show right after this break.